My dad's voice trembled when he mentioned your name, as if even he could feel the ache in my chest through the phone. He asked if I still miss you, and I lied, but he heard the silence that followed, louder than any confession. My dad said your name softly, like it was still sacred, like even time couldn't wash away what we had. He told me he saw the way I smile when your name slips into conversation. That's how he knew I wasn't over you. My dad said he can tell I still love you by the way my tone changes when I talk about the past. He said, you used to glow when they called. Now you just dim quietly. My dad reminded me that love doesn't always fade. Sometimes it just hides behind the memories we're scared to relive. He told me he once lost someone like you, and he still dreams of what could have been, even decades later. My dad said you sounded like home when you laughed. He never forgot that. Neither did I. He said, if they ever come back, don't run. Some people are worth facing your pain for. My dad told me that when he heard your name, it made him realize how much I've changed since you left. He said, I don't talk about love anymore, only loss, and both start and end with your name. My dad said, you used to talk about the future. Now you talk about the past, and I knew he meant you. He told me that if someone still haunts your peace, they still hold a piece of your heart. My dad laughed and said, you never brought anyone up this much unless they meant everything. He told me that love like ours doesn't die. It just changes form. It becomes silence, tears, and lessons. My dad said he'd never seen me so alive, except when I talked about you. That scared him. He asked if you ever ask about me. I told him no, but I wish you did. My dad said your name like it was an old song he used to love. Familiar, haunting, unforgettable. He told me, I knew you'd never find someone like them again. I didn't argue. My dad said he saw your picture online. He said you still have that light in your eyes, the one that used to guide me home. He reminded me that I used to laugh louder when you were around. Now my laughter sounds like I'm trying too hard. My dad told me not all goodbyes are endings. Some are just pauses waiting for the right time. He said, the way you still flinch at their name tells me everything. My dad said I should reach out to you. I told him I couldn't. He didn't know how heavy silence feels when love still lives inside it. He said he misses hearing your voice in the background when I called. That hit harder than I expected. My dad said he always thought we were meant to last. I told him I thought so too, until fate disagreed. He reminded me that some souls are meant to teach us love, even if they can't stay to live it with us. My dad said you had kind eyes that made him trust you before I even did. He said, "You looked happiest when you were with them." I didn't need to reply. He already knew. My dad told me he still remembers the day you met him. He said it felt like he was meeting my forever. He asked if I've forgiven you. I said yes, but my heart whispered not yet. My dad said you made me brave enough to love. I wish I was brave enough to lose you gracefully. He told me some people stay in your heart like ghosts you learn to live with. My dad said, "You keep saying you're fine, but your silence says otherwise." He told me he misses the way I used to talk about the future. Every version of it had you in it. My dad said, "You've stopped writing since they left." I didn't realize he noticed. He told me, "You love them deeper than words. That's why words will never heal you." My dad said maybe one day you'll both stop haunting each other. I'm not sure I want to. He said, "You were never the same after they left." I smiled. I didn't want to be. My dad said he heard your laugh in a crowd once. He swore it sounded like hope trying to find me again. He told me love like ours doesn't end. It just becomes part of who we are. My dad said, if they ever come back, don't punish them for leaving. Sometimes love needs distance to survive. He said he saw me searching for your face in strangers. I told him I wasn't. He didn't believe me. My dad said you were different, not because you were perfect, but because you made me feel like I was. He told me that maybe our love story wasn't meant to end, just to evolve. My dad said I still carry your shadow in my eyes when I look at the sunset. He reminded me that not all pain is punishment. Sometimes it's proof of something real. My dad said, when you spoke about them, your whole world paused. That's how he knew it was love. He told me you were the one who taught me how to love and how to lose. My dad said, you've grown colder, but not stronger. That one hurt the most. He said, maybe they still think of you too. The heart never forgets what made it feel alive. My dad said he can tell I still wait for you, even if I pretend I've moved on. Silence exposes what pride tries to hide. He told me that when I said your name, it sounded like I was speaking to a ghost I didn't want to let go of. My dad said, I can't help but think maybe you two were just mistimed, not mismatched. He asked if I'd forgive you if you came back. I said yes before I could stop myself. My dad reminded me that real love doesn't fade. It just learns how to survive without being seen. He told me, the pain in your eyes tells me you still love them, no matter what you say. My dad said he dreams of the day he'll see me happy again, and I know he means with you. He asked what I'd say if you called tomorrow. I said, nothing. I'd just cry. My dad said he misses hearing me laugh from the other room, the kind of laugh only you could bring out of me. He told me love shouldn't hurt this long, but he also knows that some hearts never recover from their favorite person. My dad said, I look for you in every good thing that happens, as if joy only matters when shared with you. He said your name still lingers around our home, like a memory that refuses to fade. My dad told me he saw you in town and didn't know whether to wave or walk away, because even he didn't know what we are now. He said, you used to glow when you spoke about them. Now you glow when you hide it. My dad told me he prayed for you once, not to come back, but to find peace, even if it's without me. He said, you still talk about them like they left yesterday. I wish time worked differently for heartbreak. My dad told me I still wear the same perfume you loved. Maybe that's why your absence still follows me. He said, love isn't supposed to vanish when someone leaves. It's supposed to mature into understanding. My dad reminded me that not all broken connections are failures. Some are sacred lessons wrapped in pain. He told me the universe might not be done writing your story yet. Maybe it's just on pause. My dad said your name like he missed you too, like you weren't just my loss, but his as well. He said, I watched you fall in love through your eyes, and I watched you lose yourself through them too. My dad told me he misses how alive I sounded when you were around. Now my words just sound tired. He said, you don't talk about them anymore, but your silence screams their name. My dad said he understands now that love isn't about who stays. It's about who leaves a mark too deep to erase. He told me he's proud of how I still speak kindly about you, even when my heart still bleeds. My dad said, if it still hurts, it still matters. And that was enough to undo me completely. He asked if I've dated anyone new. I said no, because I can't rewrite a story that never ended. My dad told me that love isn't measured by time, but by how deeply someone changed you. He said, if they ever reach out, don't let fear answer the call. My dad told me, you were never more yourself than when you were with them. That truth cut deep. He said, you stopped writing poetry after they left. I told him that's because every poem turned into a cry. My dad told me he still remembers the day you made me smile after I'd been broken. He said that was love in its purest form. He said, maybe you two were mirrors, meant to show each other what love looks like before learning what loss feels like. My dad told me love is circular. It leaves, it hurts, and somehow it always finds its way home. He said, I can see you waiting for something or someone you won't admit you're still waiting for. My dad told me that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It just means choosing peace over pain. He said, if they ever come back, don't ask why they left. Just ask if their heart learned to stay. My dad told me love isn't about moving on. It's about moving forward with the memories that made you who you are. He said he understands now why I couldn't let you go, because some souls are stitched into ours. My dad told me that maybe love like ours doesn't end. It transforms into a kind of longing that keeps us human. He said, I don't think you ever stopped loving them. You just learned how to love them silently. My dad told me you taught me how to feel, and he'll always be grateful to you for that. He said, your eyes light up when you talk about them, even now, years later. My dad told me, you love them with your soul, not your mind. That's why you can't explain it. He said he once loved someone like I love you, and he never really stopped either. My dad said, sometimes the ones who break us are also the ones who saved us from a life without depth. He told me not to erase you from my story, because every scar has its purpose. My dad said he believes you'll find your way back, not because fate is kind, but because souls recognize what's theirs.